The following interview appeared on the August 17th edition of Lights Out Radio. For more information on Lights Out Radio, visit MMAforreal.com. We are now proud to be joined by the Strikeforce light heavyweight champion, King Mo Lawal. Of course, he'll be fighting Rafael Feijao this Saturday in Houston at Strikeforce Houston. Mo, welcome to the show this evening.
Hello.
How you doing tonight?
I'm chilling, man. Hey, if the phone call drops, I'm going to call y'all back because I'm going to this elevator, though. I'm about to go to the sports store and get some stuff, man, get some equipment.
All right, that's good. Okay, thanks for letting us know. So, Mo, how's Houston right now?
It's humid. That's about it.
So you have of course, your first defense of your light heavyweight title coming up on Saturday. How's your training been going for Feijao?
Training's been going great, man. You know, I'm on top of everything. You know, game plan's good, strength is good, speed, everything's 100, man. I'm feeling great.
Yeah, how has your game progressed since your last fight with Mousasi? Have you been feeling yourself getting better in training? And, do you really feel the improvements that you've been making?
Yeah, I would feel myself in better in training. And that's proven because when I go train other places, I do real well. If I go train at Grudge and when I train with other people, I'm holding my own and doing well. So, I'm feeling good now. Training's always always a high priority of mine. So.
Yeah. Now, one thing I thought is very interesting is that you've had lots of rounds, and in terms of in your fights, Feijao has only been in the third round once in his 11 fights. You've gone 25 minutes. Is that going to be an advantage for you on Saturday in terms of conditioning and being to those later stages of the fight, going through adversity?
I don't know. I've been going through adversity my whole life. I just know that that will be a slight advantage because he's been used to going 3 rounds or 2 rounds, and now there's no true way to prepare for 5 rounds except doing it. You can train all you want because I trained 5 rounds for Mousasi, and I went out there fighting like it's a 3-round fight right away. I'm not wasting a lot of energy, but the thing is mentally, I had the mental fortitude to push through it. And I don't know if he has that, man. We'll see because we'll see what happens. I'm just going to go out there. If it's going to be a 1-round fight, it's going to be a 1-round fight. If it's going to be a 5-round fight, it's going to be a 5-round fight. But in all scenarios, I'm going to win.
And just to talk about your conditioning, I know you've been working with Jonathan Chainberg recently, and I heard your appearance on the Sure Dog show a couple of days ago. You were talking about the lactic acid buildup, and just explain to everyone what that actually feels like and how brutal that is when you're in a live fight and you feel that take your body over. What that feels like.
Well, the lactic acid feels like you're a skinny person trapped in an obese person's body. But your body's aching, you can't move, and I don't know, it's just hard to explain. You can't move, you feel heavy, because there's one point the lactic acid was so hard, when I tried punching Mousasi, I was cocking back and I was punching, and it was like nothing. I felt like I was just like slapping him. It zaps you, it makes you feel weak, you can't move, you have no explosiveness. It's just I don't know, it feels like a full body crack just about.
Mo, a lot of people got on Shane Carwin for his lactic acid comments and thought, what's he talking about? But this is something you've experienced. What were you thinking when everybody was getting on Carwin for that?
I was like, what the hell they know? Because a lot of them boys that talk about Carwin, they ain't even training. If they're fighting so easy, and all people gonna talk about Carwin, then maybe them motherfuckers should go out there and start training, find a gym, go through medicals, and then turn pro and start fighting. If it's that easy to start fighting, and what Shane Carwin did was so bad. Shane Carwin is the first time in a big event like that, and a lot of it's adrenaline, because when you get that adrenaline pump, you dump everything, and then the lactic acid just builds up. It's like you maxing out. Picture yourself maxing out 10 times. That's what it feels like. You just maxing out as much as you can, like doing bench press or squats, heavy squats, maxing out, and you can't. You're maxing out 10 times. That's what it feels like. You can't go no more.
Yeah, I've talked to you about this in the past when Chael Sonnen, when he fought Anderson Silva, and it's interesting because Sonnen he trains up there in Oregon with Matt Lindland, and Chael's been able to really keep more of his fastball in terms of his wrestling ability than Lynn and other, his other contemporaries, guys like Dan Henderson. I mean, I know Sonnen's a better wrestler than Dan Henderson was, but what do you attribute Sonnen being able to stay at that high level to, as opposed to other guys who've seen their wrestling ability come and go?
I think Chael always knew, he kept it real. He stayed true to his DNA. He's a wrestler at heart and a wrestler by blood, and a wrestler, he wrestles in his DNA. And it was bred into him, and he learned striking. But you see, when it came down to it, he threw a few strikes, take down, and then pound you. And that's what Chael, that's what he's good at. He's the best wrestler in the UFC, hands down. There are people who say GSP's a good wrestler or MMA wrestler, because he's not really a true wrestler. But Chael Sonnen is the best wrestler in the UFC.
Yeah, Mo, is that kind of a path that you see yourself going down? Because we've seen a lot of wrestlers kind of abandon their wrestling as the game has kind of progressed here. Do you see yourself staying true to your wrestling throughout your career?
I stay true to my wrestling as long as I need to, because with Mike Whitehead, I didn't have to use my takedowns. My takedown defense is good. Against Travis Yu, I used my takedowns to keep him from charging. So I shot like 2 half shots and come forward, getting confidence, just to make him stop and be like, okay, I can't rush Mo because he'll take me down. So I use my wrestling as setups for my hands and vice versa. So I stay true to wrestling regardless, but I won't always rush the takedown if I don't need to.
Yeah, now actually, I wanted to ask you about Daniel here. What do you think of what he's done here the last couple of weeks? That's pretty impressive.
It is impressive, but you know what? We do that all the time in wrestling. I remember one time Daniel's asked was overseas for a whole month and a half, going every weekend wrestling a different tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And think about this: the time he's putting in wrestling matches, he's probably spent less time in those 2 fights than he has a whole match.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, obviously you're tremendously gifted athletically, and you've done a large amount of training, and you're physically ready. But I think one of your biggest advantages in MMA is to the degree that you're prepared mentally. I mean, you study tape, you watch tape, you know just about everything there is to know about everybody that you could ever possibly face, and you were an amateur wrestler, and that sport has been around for a long time, and MMA is still sort of a new sport, and there's a lot of people that are just lazy about their preparation. Even people that go into world title fights not really having a clear strategy before they actually get in the cage. And do you think that preparation, that knowledge of the game is really, one of the things that puts you on another level than everyone else?
I think so, because people like Mayweather need to watch film, because Mayweather has a high boxing IQ, so Mayweather can he can watch a guy box and be like, okay, this is how he is. That's what I want to be. That's what I'm studying to do, and I'm got to the point where I can do that, but I want to master it. And be like Mayweather. A lot of people don't. They don't utilize film and studying enough. And that's gonna be a downfall.
Yeah, I certainly. I agree with you. At a certain point in the sport, at earlier points, when the talent was not to the level of where it's getting now, I think you could get away with it. But as we've seen now, the level of athlete and the level of intelligence is going up at a rapid pace, and I really think that the guys that don't approach it in a really analytical way are going to be left in the dust pretty quickly. And to get ahead of the trend and know what's going on, I think is incredibly important. And we've seen it with, guys, especially with someone like Rashad Evans, or a lot of the people that train with Greg Jackson, and we see St. Pierre. These guys that develop these, really tight game plans that really know what they need to do to win when they get in the cage. They seem to have more success than everyone else, and that's not an accident. That's clearly the path to go. And I just can't understand why some guys are so lazy in their preparation. Because this is your job, this is your life, and they should be more vested in it.
Well, I think a lot of people's reasoning for that is they have an excuse like, hey, if I have a game plan, I'll be a born fighter. Where if you don't have a game plan, you'll be a losing fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's about winning. It doesn't matter how you win. It's all about winning, because eventually you have one spectacular win, and all of other losses that you had, all of other losses and 4 wins you had, you know, they leave you. Just like look at Dan Henderson, you know, decisions then, and then he knocked out Michael Bisping and Vandalay, and everybody's like, man, he's a knockout artist.
Yeah, now, Mo, how do you feel about seeing guys like Phil Davis and John Jones getting the title, you know, kind of being pumped up as future champions, and here you are, you're already a world champion, but you're not seen in nearly the same light as they are. How does that make you feel?
Man, all people that believe all that hype is groupies, you know what I'm saying? I don't care, you know what I'm saying, what people say. You know, eventually they're going to have to respect me, you know what I'm saying? And I wish they had open contracts so I give them boys losses, because but it's whatever, man. You know, the truth will come to light, and people can believe what they want to believe, but the truth always comes. Popular belief ain't always right. Popular belief, for the most part, is wrong. You know what I'm saying? The world was flat. Everyone believed that, and then someone came and said the world was round, and it was unpopular, and that came to be fact. You know, popular belief ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So eventually people have to respect me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to go out there and just do what I got to do to win and try to be impressive, and then hopefully, you know, we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, do you think that – oh, go ahead, Forrest.
Now, yeah, this fight is in Houston. Obviously, it's in Texas, and that's where you're from. I mean, how do you feel fighting in Texas for your first, you know, big fight in Texas? And how many people, how many family members, how many friends do you think are going to be out there? Like, how are you going to deal with that? Like that pressure of having all those people that you know, having to, you know, deal with that. Like, how's that going for you?
But it's cool, man. I'm not really worried about it. You know, I'm just out here to win. I'm out here to fight, win, and then be out. You know, Houston's cool, but Dallas is my own. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about Houston's special to me because I won my first wrestling state title right here, my senior year. So me coming to Houston, I'm just gonna keep my undefeated ways and lead with my belt.
Well, we have one more reader question here for you, Mo. This reader wants to know, what fighter in the UFC would you most like to fight?
I don't know. It don't matter to me. I don't know. Who y'all see me fight?
I think anybody would be a good fight. There's the 205 division there. There's so many
Jones.
fighters.
The answer is John Jones.
That's it. John Jones.
John Jones. That would be a good fight.
That would be a good fight.
So Mo, how you know, we're running down the days here until Saturday. This is your first main event fight in Strikeforce, your first title defense. You know, but you have so much experience. I have to imagine that the pressure of a main event fight is almost nothing to you. Is that correct?
It's nothing, man. 'Cause that was a co-main event, my first fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that that's gonna be a big advantage for you, I think. And Forrest, do you have any other questions here before we wrap up?
No. The only question I got is where's the after party at?
Oh man, that's a good question, man. We're still working on that. Cause you know me, I really don't party after I win my fights because I don't expect to have a victory. So I don't. You know, it's hard to celebrate something you expect to do.
Yeah, well, we got to find something out there.
We'll find something out there.
Great. Now, Mo, before we get you out of here, is there anybody you want to thank?
Let me thank everybody that's been out there supporting, you know what I'm saying, supporting me and helping me out, you know what I'm saying, with everything I do, you know what I'm saying, and all the positive media, you know, I appreciate everybody that's been there to help the boy King Mo.
All right, Mo, well, we really appreciate your time tonight, and we hope to talk to you soon, and good luck on Saturday.
All right, thanks, bro. Thanks.
All right, see you, Mo. Strikeforce light heavyweight champion King Mo Lawal here with us on the show tonight.